Friends, we start with the first chapter, God and Law of Karma. It is divided in 13 parts, so we'll take one part in each video. Among the vast ancient Sanskrit writings known as the Vedas, the 108 Upanishads contain the physiological essence. Among all the Upanishads, the Isa Upanishad is considered the foremost. In the following essay, based on talks Srila Prabhupada gave on the Isa Upanishad in 1968, we learned the truth about the Supreme Lord, the laws governing his material and spiritual energies, and how to break free of the bondage of karma. The Isa Upanishad states that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. Part of the Lord's complete arrangement for this material world is his process of creation, maintenance, and destruction. Every living being in this material world has a fixed schedule of 6 changes: birth, growth, maintenance, the production of byproducts, diminution, and destruction. This is law of material nature. A flower is born as a bud. It grows, remains fresh for 2 to 3 days, produces a seed, gradually withers, and then is finished. You cannot stop this by your so-called material science. To try to do this is avidya, ignorance. Sometimes people foolishly think that by scientific advancement, man will become immortal. This is nonsense. You cannot stop the material laws. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita 7.14, Lord Krishna says that material energy is duratvaya, impossible to overcome by material means. Material nature consists of 3 modes or gunas: sattva guna, rajaguna, or tamaguna, or the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Another mean of guna is rope. Rope is made by twisting fiber in a 3-fold process. First, the fiber is twisted in 3 small strands, then each of them are twisted together, and again 3 of those are twisted together. In this way, the rope becomes very strong. Similarly, the 3 modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are mixed, after which they produce some byproduct. Then they are mixed again, and then again. They are twisted together innumerable times. In this way, the material energy binds you more and more. By your own efforts, you cannot get out of bondage. It is known as Pavarga. Pavarga is the 5th set of letters in the Sanskrit Devanagari alphabet. It contains the letter Pa, Va, Bha, Bha, and Ma. Pa stands for Parishrama, hard labor. Every living entity in the world is struggling very hard to maintain himself and survive. This is called the hard struggle for existence. First stands for Phena, foam. When a horse works very hard, foam comes out of his mouth. Similarly, when we are tired from working very hard and tongue may become dry, some foam forms in our mouth. Everyone is working very hard for sense gratification, so much so that the foam is coming from their mouth. Bha represents bandha, bondage. In spite of all our efforts, we remain bound by the ropes of material modes of nature. Bha stands for bhaya, fear. In the material life, one is always in blazing fire of fear, since no one knows what will happen next. And Ma represents mrityu, death. All our hopes and plans for happiness and security in the world are ended by that. So Krishna consciousness nullifies the Pavarga process. In other words, by taking to Krishna consciousness, one attains a Pavarga where there is no hard struggle for existence and no material bondage, fear, or death. Pavarga symptomizes this material, but when you add the prefix a to Pavarga, that means it is nullified. Our Krishna conscious movement is the path of a Pavarga. Unfortunately, people who do not know of these things, and therefore they are wasting their lives. This modern civilization is a soul killing civilization. People are killing themselves because they do not know what real life is. They are simply living like animals. The animals do not know what life is, so he simply works under the laws of nature, undergoing gradual evolution. But when you get this human form of life, you have responsibility to live in a different way. Here is your chance to become Krishna consciousness and solve all the problems. But if you don't, if you continue to act like animals, you will again have to enter the cycle of birth and death and transmigrate to 8.4 million species of life. It will take many millions of years to come back to human form of life. For example, the sunshine you are seeing now, you will not see again until after 24 hours. Everything in nature moves in a cycle. So if you lose this opportunity of elevating yourself, then again you must enter a cycle of transmigration. Nature's law is very strong. Therefore, we are opening so many centers so that people may take advantage of this international society for Krishna consciousness and elevate themselves. It's important to take Krishna consciousness immediately because we do not know how much time is left before death. When your time in this body expires, no one can stop your death. The arrangement of material nature is so strong, you cannot say, let me remain. Actually, people sometimes request like that. When I was in Allahabad, an old friend who was very rich was dying. At that time, he begged the doctor, can you give me at least 4 more years to live? I have some plans which I could not finish. You see, this is foolishness. Everyone thinks, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, neither the doctor nor the scientist can check that. Oh, no, sir, not 4 years, not even 4 minutes. You have to go immediately. This is the law. So before that moment comes, one should be very careful to realize in Krishna consciousness. You should realize Krishna consciousness very quickly, because your next death comes, you must finish your business. That is intelligence. Otherwise, you will suffer defeat. The Upanishad states that whatever emanates from the complete whole, the Supreme Lord, is also complete in itself. Therefore, you want to take advantage of your life and become Krishna consciousness, there is complete facility. But you have to come to the point of taking up practice of Krishna consciousness. It's not theoretical, it's practical. All experiments have already been performed. So as indicated in Upanishad, there is complete facility from the small complete units ourselves to realize the Supreme complete Krishna. We are complete units, but we are small. For example, in a big machine, there is a small screw, and the perfection of that small screw is to be fitted in the proper place. Then it has value. But if it becomes unscrewed from the machine and falls down on the floor, it has no value. Similarly, we are perfect as long as we are attached to Krishna. Otherwise, we are useless. To realize the complete means to realize what our relationship with the complete is. To realize the complete means to realize what our relationship with the complete is. And all forms of incompleteness are experienced only on account of incomplete knowledge of the complete. We are thinking I am equal to God, I am God. This is incomplete knowledge, but if you know I am part and parcel of God, therefore I am equal to God in quantity, this is complete knowledge. The human form of life is a chance to revive the complete manifestation of consciousness of the living being. You can revive this complete consciousness by the process of Krishna consciousness. If you don't take advantage of this complete facility, you are killing yourself, committing suicide. As it is said in the Upanishad, the killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into planets known as the world of faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. So don't be killer of your soul. Utilize the complete facility of your human life to become Krishna conscious. That is your business. Thank you so much for the patient hearing.